What's up, everybody? So today we're going to make a Hangman game. Now, as we're learning Python, it's important to make mini projects that can show us how much we really know how to plug in our coding knowledge into making an actual project. So today we'll be making a simple Hangman game. So to first begin, normally we could make a list of words like word list is equal to blah blah blah, be apple or etc. But to make it a little more complex and more fun, we're going to import a new module which is called wordfreq, which I've installed on my computer. But if you want to install the module, because you can't just import it without installing it, you'll have to run pip install wordfreq. But since I've already installed it, we'll just directly do import wordfreq. And also we'll have to import another module which we learned about, which is random. And also we need to import a very specific thing from wordfreq, which is from wordfreq import top and list. So top and list is basically the list of words which we are going to use, and we can choose how many other words we want because there are like thousands of words in this list. But for now we'll be only taking 1,000 words, and we have to draw those same stickman figures which we do in a Hangman game on our computer. For that we'll be using a method called ASCII drawing. To not waste time, I'll just paste all of them right here. So yeah, these are all the drawings. And if you're wondering why there are 2 slashes over here, as we learned before, the backslash is an escape character. So if I don't put 2 backslashes, it's just gonna print the wrong thing. So the slash will come up somewhere else and we'll not get the correct thing because backslash is our escape character. It's not an actual character. But if I declare 2 backslashes, it'll actually print me a proper backslash. So after we decided our stickman figures, we'll move on to writing the actual code. So we'll make a list of words and we'll call it word list is equal to top and list, but we change what's inside the brackets. Top and list en. If you could decipher it, en stands for English and we'll make 10,000, which stands for the amount of words. After that, we're going to filter our words. Filtered words is equal to an empty list. Now, we're going to iterate through the word list. So for w in word list, if w is alpha, as we learned before, is alpha means to check whether it's an alphabet. So if the word is made up of alphabets and 5 is lesser than or equal to the len of w, so we're checking the length of the word, and is lesser than or equal to 10, filtered words dot append w dot lower, because all the words will be in lowercase. So what does this mean over here? We're going to filter out the words which are greater than 5 letters but lesser than 10 letters. So the maximum words we can see are 10-letter words and the minimum are 5-letter words. But we need to make it a little interesting. So for that, we'll create our own difficulties. So we'll make 3 word lists. E word list, which stands for easy word list. Then we'll make M word list and H word list. Now, we're going to put stuff inside those word lists. Remember, E word list stands for easy word list, M word list stands for medium word list, and H word list stands for hard word list. So we'll take a variable called I. So for I in filtered words, if the length of I, which means if the length of the word in filtered words is lesser than or equal to 6. So we know that the minimum letter word we can get in our filtered words is a 5-letter word. So for a word to be declared as easy, it'll have to be maximum a 6-letter word. So if equal to 6, put the colon, then e word list dot append I. And then we'll use elif. Elif length of I greater than or equal to 8, then m word list dot append I. So if the word is lesser than or equal to 8, then it will be going in the medium word list. Or else, that means any other word, it'll go in the hard word list. That means it's going to be a 9-letter word or a 10-letter word. So after that, we'll start writing the code which the user is going to see. So print welcome to Hangman. Let me just close this terminal window so you can see it better. Print welcome to Hangman. Then print. Now as we learned before, if you want to print a multi-line list so that it can span over multiple lines, we'll have to print triple double quotes. So we'll have to do 1, 2, 3, and yep, we can start writing our things. So we'll write over here, choose your difficulty. Easy, type E for short words, 2 medium for medium words, and hard for hard words. Then after that, we'll have to decide what our word is. So we'll make the word an empty string for now. After that, while true. So this essentially tells Python to run this forever, because while true, that means it's always going to be true. Therefore, the while loop will run forever. And while that's happening, we will ask the user to enter a difficulty. So difficulty is equal to input, enter your difficulty, and we're going to make it dot upper, because the user might just type a lowercase word like E, but as you can see over here, we're only accepting capital E. So even if the user types E, the dot upper over here will ensure to convert that E into a big E. So since we have that sorted out, in the next line we'll type if difficulty is equal to E, the assignment operator, E, then if easy word list, which tells us if we're using the easy word list, then word is equal to random.choice easy word list. Random.choice essentially takes a random choice from the list, and after that we'll have to break the loop or break, or elif difficulty is equal to m, put the colon, and if m word list, word is equal to random.choice from the medium word list, or elif difficulty is equal to h, and if h word list, then word is equal to a random choice from the hard word list. So now that we've decided our words, we also have to prevent that the user might enter something like another character, let's say X or Z or A. So else, that means difficulty is equal to anything other than E, M or H. We're going to print invalid input, please enter E, M, or H. Now we'll start declaring our main variables. So normally in a Hangman game, we can only have 6 lives. And we let the total guesses be equal to 0 because the user did not guess a single time yet. Total guess is equal to 0. Then wrong letters is equal to a list, and display word is equal to, as you know, the words have to come up in dashes. So how can we make a word full of dashes? But it has to be the exact length of the word. So over here, we'll make a list of dashes, which is an underscore, and we're going to multiply that list by the length of the word. So this will be the word that is displayed. And if the length of the word is greater than or equal to 2, then we're going to, we had to do something over here. So that's called initial reveal. That means the initial letters we're going to reveal, indices, which refers to the spaces, we'll put it as an empty list. And if the length of a word is greater than or equal to 2, we're going to set initial reveal indices is equal to random.sample range of the length of the word, comma 2. So it's going to take the 2 samples between the range of 0 till the length of the word. So it's going to reveal those letters, and then we're going to make a new for loop over here. So for I in range length of word, if I in initial reveal indices, that means while looking at the initially revealed words, then we're going to set the display word is equal to word of I. That means the index of the display word, so let's be 6, or the fifth line will be equal to the 5th line of the actual word. So therefore we're filling those dashes with actual letters so that the user can guess. And if word I not in guessed letters, then we're going to add them to the actual word. So guessed letters. So for example, if the user guesses X, but X is not in the actual word, we're going to append it to the guessed letters list. Guessed letters dot append word I. Now we're going to print the secret word has plus str, which converts anything to a string length of word plus letters So this will make the secret word, and it'll tell us how many letters the secret word even has. And we're going to print the word, like where it's going to show the dashes and the letters. Print word, comma, a space, dot, join display word. So we're going to join all the elements of the list, which is our display word, along with a space in between. So then after that, we're almost coming to the end of the code. So while lives are greater than 0, that means the game should be running, and the gaps in display word, then print Hangman stages 6, because we have 6 stages, minus the lives remaining. So it's going to display the Hangman stage, then print wrong letters, and we're going to join, where we're going to show the wrong letters as dot join wrong letters. Let me just remove the yup. So now this essentially gives us all of our wrong letters, and then we're going to print the word once again as before with the space, join the display word. Now if the guess, so guess is equal to input, enter your guess, but it's going to be lower because the entire word is in lowercase. And if the length of the guess is not equal to 1, let's say the user types 2 letters, or not guess dot is alpha, if the guess is not an alphabet and the user enters a number, we're going to tell the program to print invalid input, but we're going to change this to please enter a single letter. But let's say the user types the same letter again. So if guess in guessed letters, which are the correct letters the user guessed, or guess in wrong letters, print you have already guessed that letter. But let's say if guess in word, print good guess, and for I in range, the length of the word, put the colon. If word I is equal to guess, so we're checking whether the letters in the word, the actual word, are equal to the guess, then we're going to change the display word to show that letter to us. So if, let me just put the colon, then we have to move further in the code. And yep, display word is equal to, like the index of the display word is equal to the index of the word. That means it will showcase the letter. And we're going to append the guessed letters list over here. Guessed letters dot append of the guess. Or else, so the only other possibility over here was that the user entered a wrong letter. So we'll put wrong guess, and we're going to subtract the lives by 1, and we're going to append it to the wrong letters. But let me just put the indentation right. Now what if the user completed the word? Then for that, we're going to make it that if underscore is not in display word. That means all the blanks have been filled. Let me just put an enter over here to make it more clear for us. Then print /n congratulations, you guessed the word, put a colon, word. Else, which tells us the player lost, else print the hangman stages 6 minus lives. So by the time if the user has lost all of his lives, so therefore it will be 6 minus 0, which will display the 6th stage, which is the completely out of live stage. Then we should print /n game over, you ran out of lives. The word was comma word. Now let's check the code out and see if it works. So if I run the code, okay, yep, we forgot to put a bracket in line number 133. And yep. So now if I run it, oh, we made another error in line number 85 to put the colon. And yep, another error in line number 105 to declare the difficulty. Then another error in line 111. It's all just basic syntax errors, which most of us are going to make while making our first ever mini project. In line number 119, the colon. And in line number 154, which is one of our last lines. Yep, we have to remove the is and run it. And yes, the colon. And yep, now our game is ready. So if I type in E for the easy word, invalid little for int base 10, E. Oh, sorry. We set the difficulty as an int, even though it should be a string. Now if you run the code, E, and if word not in guessed letters, so we forgot to declare guessed letters. Oh, yep, guessed letters. And now we choose the difficulty as E. Okay, we get our first word and it's showing us the hangman stage. So let's take a wild guess of A. So A was incorrect, so it prints the first stage, which is the head. Now let's try T. And we made another mistake, which gives us the second stage, which is his body. So we'll try O, which is another mistake, so it prints as his hand. Or we can try P is also wrong, so it will give us the thing over here. Or we can also try to print, let's say Q, and it gives us another mistake over here again. Or we can try Z, but we ran out of lives. So the word was fines. Okay. So if this video taught you how to make your own Hangman game, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button for more videos in the future.